Easy, you heard it here first. The show that asks our guests to live in an audio-only world and decipher audio clips to see if they can figure out what the hell is going on, where the hell it's going on, and why the hell it's being allowed to go on in the first place. It's the show that does for audio what the British government does for public sector strikes. Makes them the main feature of its tenure. My name's Chris McCausland, and I devised this show because I'm blind, and I wanted to demonstrate just how difficult it can be operating in the world with audio alone. So if these guys find this easy, I'm going to be furious. But enough of my waffle, let's meet the teams! On my right, will you please welcome Paul Chowdhury and Susie Ruffle? And on my left, it's Jessica Foster-Q and Alan Davis! And as this is a show all about sound, let's warm up by asking you all some sound-related questions, I suppose. Jess, what's the strangest noise you've ever heard?
Okay, let's go. It's within my own home. Now, a lot of people won't believe me when I say this, but it's true. I've got a talking cat. He's only learnt one human word, but he's learnt it perfectly. But he only says the word when he is about to or has just done a poo. And he can't help it. If you see him doing this, he looks away deeply ashamed. But when that's about to happen or it's just happened, he goes... genuinely goes, hello?
Where have you learnt that from?
Well,
is that
not
what
me.
You're doing?
Not me.
We used to have a parrot, and I freaked it out by imitating everything it said.
I get the hello thing, though, because, I mean, what do you say when you're on the train and you're on the toilet and that door starts sliding back when you're on it? Hello! Let's ramp up the terror a bit, I suppose. Susie, what's the scariest sound you've ever heard?
Footsteps. No, they are creepy. So I was on tour opening for Alan Carr, and we got to a place where we were staying, and it was like an old prison. And when we got there, the guy that was like at the desk was like, look, I know you've had a really long journey. We've put you in this area really far away from anyone, Susie. Honestly, really far away from everyone. And I'm frightened of everything, Chris. I'm absolutely terrified of most things all the time. And he said, you know, you won't hear anyone. And what I heard was, no one will hear you scream. And then in the night, I couldn't sleep because I kept hearing... And either someone with bongos or footsteps, I can't decide, but I was so frightened, then I thought it was a ghost, and then I decided to put my coat over a mirror in case I looked in the mirror and saw a ghost behind me, and then in the night I woke up, I saw my coat, I was like, there's someone wearing my coat in my room. The mirror. The answer is footsteps.
What were you expecting, a tap-dancing serial killer? Oh, it's Lionel Blair with a knife.
Chris, let's work on that together, we're pitching that, that's happening.
The Lionel Blair Witch Project.
You can go now, Alan.
What about you, Al? You ever been terrified by a noise?
Oh, frequently. I really hate it when you're on the tube and you stop in the tunnel and then you can hear another tube. Is it in your tunnel? But the noise I remember most, Dave, has really freaked me out, when I was taking the test for a motorcycle licence and a man rides with you on his bike and you have an earpiece and he talks to you, and as you're riding along, he says, ignore me, ignore me. That completely freaked me out, and then you spend the whole time going, where is he? What's he doing? Why?
I get the tube thing, though, because when it stops and you do anything at the tube, you do wonder, is this why we've stopped? Just to at least half the momentum of the impact. Paul, we've done tons of gigs together over the years, mate, and you are very good at accents, so I reckon you've probably got a favourite one.
I'd say where we are at the moment, East London, is probably my favourite UK accent, because there's not any words in it, really. It's just... it's the only language when in America they release a film, they need subtitles to understand the English language. Oi, oi, geezer! But a lot of the words you can't actually repeat for 6:30 p.m. on Radio 4.
And now enough of their waffle as well. But before we get stuck in properly, let's play a quick game to decide the order of play. It's pretty simple. Closest guest gets to decide whether they play first or second. What I want to know is, how many people do you think are clapping here?
42.
Are you not going to ask your partner? You're just going to...
Sorry, Paul, what do you think? This is feminism, okay? This is what we want to.
As we're on the topic of feminism, I think that's 6 women in a hip-hop video arse clapping.
That's feminism. That's what we got the vote for.
So what are you going for? Give me a number between the two of you.
Split the difference with 6 and 42. Rishi Sunak did say we've got to do maths. And this is the reason why. You never know when you need it.
I'm going to say 24.
24. I'm going to take that as your conferring answer between the two of you.
I think it sounded a bit more.
I think it sounds a bit more. At the beginning, we were like waylaid by one loud wooer, and then it sounded like some horses had joined them. I reckon maybe 70.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
70, Chris. I can tell you the answer is 30.
I've done enough tour shows that aren't packed to know when 24 people are clapping.
So, Susie, Paul, do you want to play first or second?
You want to go first, being a feminist, and me being a like women?
Why do I have to be with Paul? Yes, we'd like to go first, please.
Okay, fantastic. You're going to play first, so let's crack on with round 1. Susie, Paul, you're at home relaxing on the couch watching a bit of telly, and the following advert comes on. I want you to have a listen to this and tell me what the hell you think is going on here. So, guys, any idea what the hell was going on there?
I think that's the new advert to pot noodle.
Could be. They're on safari, right?
You tell me.
Okay. They're on safari.
Right.
And they're making dinner, I think. And then an elephant turns up. And they're like, oh my God, an elephant! And then they start running, but they take their food with them. They have to run over like streams and rivers, and there's an elephant behind them, and they keep running. I don't work in adverts. And they get somewhere, and then they can have their dinner. Is that what it is?
And what was the advert for?
Do you honestly think it's pot noodle?
I think,
Or were you being facetious?
I think I was trying to be funny.
Oh. No. This is not about being funny, it's about winning, Paul. Come on. What do you think? Do you think it could be pot noodle?
It sounded like a torture video.
How many torture videos are you watching at the minute?
Is somebody being tortured and running down the stairs, then trying to escape doing a bit of kung fu, and then making a pot noodle?
So we both think it's food.
Well, do you know what? I'm going to point you in a direction here. I think you might be surprised at the options you've got. Because if I was to tell you that is either an advert for a high caffeine energy drink, a particularly nutty chocolate bar, or a range of flavoured instant noodles, which way would you go with that? There's a couple of points in it for you if you can guess right.
What did I say?
You said noodles, Paul.
I said chocolate, didn't I?
I don't think someone's escaping. I think they're making pot noodles and then an elephant comes and then they carry on making pot noodles after the elephant's gone.
Well, I can tell you that you are wrong. So, guys, it gets passed over to you. I'll give you a point.
Passed over? Oh, great.
What were the options again? High energy
A
caffeine.
high-energy caffeine drink or a particularly nutty chocolate bar for a point. What are you thinking, guys?
The energy drink, I think. Because there was a lot of activity,
I
noise,
feel
things
energised.
banging around, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just up just from having a...
Why would there be all that noise if they were just having a nutty bar?
Yeah, let's do it. High energy caffeine drink for us, please.
And I can tell you that you are wrong. It's actually an advert for Snickers. Mr. Bean, believe it or not, who has joined some kung fu fighters for a secret mission jumping between rooftops at night. But poor old Mr. Bean is a bit rubbish. If only he'd had a Snickers, he'd be a kung fu fighter just like the rest of them. That seems to be the message. It's either a lifetime of training in the art of kung fu or less than a quid on a chocolate bar. It's amazing they've got to advertise, really, isn't it? Who doesn't love a mouthful of delicious chocolate, though? But how many of our guests ever take the time to listen to what they're eating? Let's find out as we play a game that I have imaginatively called Guess What Chocolate Bar's Been Eaten? Susie, Paul, have a listen to this awful piece of radio. What are you thinking there?
I'm thinking it's a dime bar, because when you bite into them, it's like a plate of glass. Have you ever had a dime bar? You're not really supposed to bite into them, are you?
What are you meant to do?
I think you're supposed to, like...
Suppository.
Yeah.
I think you might be right with that, Crunch, now I'm thinking about it.
Okay, you going with dime bar?
I'll go with Paul.
It's wrong! Over to the other guys. I think they're right with a little bit of the snap at the beginning and a little bit of the crunch. What are you thinking, guys?
I think you're right.
We've gone Kit Kat.
Yay! And that's a point for Alan and Jess. Oh, this is radio we're never going to beat. Let's do it again. I'm going to start with you guys this time. Have a listen to this one and see what chocolate bar you think this is.
What's wrong with the people?
It sounds like they've let a dog test that, and that's poisonous for dogs, isn't it? Chocolate? Maybe like a...
That sounded really crunchy.
Yeah, well, harder, didn't it? Maybe
Toblerone.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's hard going, isn't
Getting
it?
quite hungry now.
Yeah, Toblerone's a
It
great...
could be a crunchy that's been in the freezer. Do you ever do that?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I didn't know if they put enough thought into this to have done a
God.
frozen
You know,
crunchy.
years ago when the ice cream chocolate bars came out, I was only young, but I could see a little bit back then, and I was leaning into the freezer in the shop, and there was ice cream rebels, and I couldn't believe that they'd made ice cream rebels. And I bought them, and I got out of the shop, and I realised someone had put a normal bag of rebels in the freezer. I'd spent my last 35p on a bag of frozen rebels I couldn't eat.
It could have been worse. I thought you were going to say it was peas.
Come on, so what are you going to go with, guys?
I think Toblerone.
Toblerone, you're wrong. Come on over to you guys. I think they're on the right line, though.
We're going to go dime bar.
If you keep on saying dime bar, it's got to be the answer to one of the questions tonight. Wrong. Pass it back.
Whole nut.
Whole nut. No, it's not whole nut. Back to you guys. They're getting closer. They're narrowing it down.
Have we said dime bar?
They're close with whole nut.
Proven not.
No, don't make it more stuff in it. Make it less
green?
stuff.
Is this
Think
real?
manly.
What
What's
is it?
manly? Think the manliest chocolate bar.
Yorkie.
Yay! The manliest chocolate bar in existence.
And it took a lesbian to get it.
Yorkie is gender fluid now, though, isn't it? Isn't it chocolate? Isn't it?
it's still milk mainly, I think.
Is it?
Yes, Alan, over to you guys. You are having a little shufty on the internet for the product that just might change your life forever. And you come across this infomercial. Have a listen to this.
Finally, there's a better way. Comfort White, the first improvement to toilet paper as we know it since the 1880s.
Think about it. Toilet paper is really archaic and disgusting. The Comfort Wipe is a modern solution.
That's right. Never touch another dirty toilet tissue.
It's embarrassing to have someone help you with your personal matters. The Comfort Wipe allows you to maintain your dignity while you maintain your personal hygiene.
Don't be embarrassed. Just get a Comfort Wipe.
Oh, well, luckily a nice easy one.
Well, is it a wet wipe for your bottom?
Everything about that advert was really confusing. Most of the voice actors in it are American, but then there's one lady who just says, I don't want you to be embarrassed. What's confusing is they've made it sound like it's a comfort. It does sound like a wipe
It
your
does.
undercarriage, but it sounds like one that you don't need any hands.
Yeah, we don't have to touch any dirty tissue ever again.
Maybe her hand is possessed by a ghost. no hands and no help, but wipes your undercarriage. Have they found a way of monetising a strong, warm breeze?
If I was to tell you that they are either trying to sell you an extendable grip arm for holding the toilet paper when you're wiping your ear end, a washable multi-use bum wiping cushion for doing it hands-free somehow, or a motorised USB rechargeable bum loofah that does all the hard work for you, which way would you go with that? And there's 2 points in it for you if you can get it right.
It can't be a bum loofah, can it?
Similarly, imagine a selfie stick with a bit of toilet paper on the end. How far away is your hand from your ring piece?
It's got to be the glidey wet cushion.
Yeah, we'll go for B.
Are you going to go for the washable multi-use bum wiping cushion for doing it hands-free?
Oh.
Well, I can tell you that you're wrong. I'm going to pass it over to you guys. There's a point in it for you if you can get it right.
What's the 2 options left now?
It's the extendable arm, which I think is most likely.
Or the motorised USB rechargeable bum loofah.
When with motorised, let's unpack that. But you still have to hold it, presumably.
It's a USB, isn't it? You plug it into the side of your computer.
Maybe it's a drone with a sponge on it.
Then you go to the toilet and it wipes everything afterwards.
I reckon the extendable arm thing. What do you think?
Yeah, extendable arm thing.
Extendable arm thing, yeah.
And I can tell you that you are right. Yeah! It is the plastic grip arm. An extendable grip arm for holding the toilet paper when you wipe your rear end so that you can
maintain your dignity.
I can't believe it's taken since the 1880s to finally get to this stage. And at the end of all that nonsense, Susie and Paul are in the lead! It is my job to educate my daughter about the world. And often she will ask me what something is in a picture, but before I can tell her, she first has to describe it to me. So let's see if our guests can figure out what the hell these adorable kids are describing. From a picture that the kids can see, but that our guests can't. Susie, Paul, you guys are up first. And you've got the lovely Juno who will be describing something for you. I'm going to play you 2 clips. If you guess right after the first clip, you get 2 points. But only 1 point if it takes you both of the clips. Okay, take it away, Juno.
There's lots of people standing next to lots and lots of flowers. And I think they're at a funeral. There are trumpets. I can see a man with a top hat on. And I can see a mermaid, and I can see a palm tree, and I think there's a little girl.
Were mer people invited to the Queen's funeral?
I think as Charles was talking about an episode of EastEnders.
I don't watch EastEnders, Paul. There are many mermaids in EastEnders.
I think that's Cockney rhyming slang for something.
Tree and a top hat. Is it a pirate's funeral? Is it a pirate's funeral?
Is it a pirate's funeral? Okay, well, let's hear the second clip and see if you want to stick with your guess for 2 points or change your mind for just a single point.
In the middle of the picture, there's a big drum. The people standing behind the drum have red, blue, pink and yellow clothes on. There are 4 of them, and all of them have moustaches. And the flowers are making letters.
I mean, it sounds a lot like Brighton Pride. A mermaid, men with moustaches.
I think I know what it is. Yeah.
Tell me.
No.
Sign it to me, Chris won't see.
I think the Pride answer is...
Do you think it's Pride?
A Pride Pirates float. Because, you know, they do floats in Pride, you know. When
Yeah, mate, I've been.
Have you been?
So you're going to go with a float at the Pride Festival?
Yeah, sure.
It's just I think let's say it's something in Brighton.
Any night of the year in Brighton. Juno, are they right?
You're wrong. It was Sergeant Pepper by the Beatles.
I've got that written down here.
We thought you were coming over to us.
We thought we might get a chance to get
just
that
had
point.
it.
No, you'll have your turn in a minute.
Oh, well, let's hope it's the same clip.
Yeah, you're going to have the White Album. We're just going to play you 2 minutes of silence. But that's no point for you, Susie and Paul. But I do understand that Juno has got a little bit more information for us on the Beatles.
And I know who they are. Paul, John Lennon, Jackie, and Bingo.
I love Jackie and Bingo solo stuff. Loved it.
Okay, Jess, Alan, you guys are up now. Well, let me introduce you to Chloe for your first clip. Remember, 2 points if you get it right from the first clip, and just 1 if it takes you both of them. Take it away, Chloe.
Some of the statues are naked, and there's angels on it as well. And there are tiny people on the top, and one of the angels is standing on top of the person's head. And then there's lions' faces, and there's miniature people at the very top. Some of the people are in picture frames. Some of the angels have trumpets.
Have I died?
the pearly cake.
It's feeling like the roof of a religious building painting on until the miniature people at the bottom.
I thought it was going to be the Acropolis or something, the Parthenon. Then I thought it might be Nelson's Column because of the lions.
Yeah, and then I thought it might be a Minions film. I mean, long story short, we need the second clip.
Well, do you want to have a guess anyway? Because you get 2 points if you're right. You can still change your mind.
Have a guess, Jess.
What's it called, that roof? Is it the
Sistine Chapel?
The Sistine Chapel. That.
That's come out of left field, doesn't it?
The Sistine Chapel's roof painting.
How old was you before you realised it wasn't the 16th Chapel? I reckon I was in my mid-20s. So you go for the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. Well, let's hear the second clip and see if you want to stick with your guess for 2 points or change your minds for just a single point. Here you go.
It's white. It's also tall, and there's statues of people on either side, and it has an arch going through the middle, and there's patterns inside the archway, and the inside is dark grey.
Did you say grey at the end?
Yeah.
Marble Arch?
Yeah, I was thinking it might be the Arc de Triomphe.
Oh, yeah. They're more
Those
likely
are the two main arches, aren't they, really? Pick an arch, Jeff.
Arc de Triomphe.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Arc de Triomphe, Chris.
Okay, Arc de Triomphe. Well, let's find out. Chloe, are they right?
You're right. It's the Arc.
And at the end of that round, the scores are all square. It's the home straight and the frenzied end to all good quizzes, and even this one. It's the quickfire round. Susie, Paul, you've got until the klaxon sounds to answer as many questions as you can. I'm going to alternate between the two of you, so only answer if it's your turn. Do you understand?
Yes.
Paul.
Kind of.
Go team!
Are you ready?
Yes.
Paul.
Kind of.
Your time starts now. Paul, is this a chainsaw or a motorbike?
Motorbike.
Here's a motorbike. Susie, how many kids is this?
7.
It's 2. Paul, what the hell is this?
A blender.
It's a Hoover. It's a hairdryer, sorry. Susie.
I thought you were meant to be good at this.
Oh, I've got it written down in front of me. Susie, name the comedian.
I landed on my back, but I've done a cruciate ligament. I've done a cruciate.
It's Alan David.
It is Alan David. Paul will film I'm watching. Paul, what film am I watching?
E.T.
No, it's Back to the Future.
Oh, yeah.
Susie, what am I doing here?
Jumping bowling?
Yes! Jumping bowling! Paul, is this a crow or a raven?
A man doing an impression of a raven.
It's a crow! Susie, who's this laughing? Is it Brittany or Adele?
That's Adele.
It is Adele, well done! Paul, name the country.
Russia.
No, that would be in very bad taste. It's Spain! Susie! Oh,
that was brilliant.
Well, guys, you managed to get through 9 questions and you only got 4 right.
Oh.
Okay, Jess, Alan, are you guys ready?
Yes, yes.
Okay, yes.
Your time starts now. Jess, is this a gorilla or a tiger?
Gorilla.
No, it's a tiger. Alan, what am I pouring into my pan?
Frozen peas.
No, it's pasta. Jess, name the Simpsons character.
It would be like taking candy from a baby.
Burns.
Yeah, he's telling you the answers.
No?
Yeah, it's Mr. Burns. Alan, have I stood on a snail or a twig?
A snail.
It is a snail. Jess, what's this?
Oh, a dog.
No, that one is me doing a dog noise. Alan, is this an adult or a child?
Adult.
It's a child. Jess, what sport is this?
They're both got 9s! They're both got a 9! This is insane! Dodgeball?
It's darts. Alan, what the hell am I doing?
Ice in a drink?
Yes! Yes! Which ex-president is this? Though we march to the music of our time...
Nixon.
No, he's got a card shop.
Pardon?
Clinton.
Yes! Alan, what colour coin is this?
Penny.
Here's a penny!
Alan, you smashed that.
I'm exhausted. And after that, you guys got 5 points! And that's the end of the show. And after all of that, Jess and Alan are the winners! Thanks to my guests, Susie Ruffle and Paul Chowdhury, Jess Foster-Q and Alan Davis. My name's Chris McCausland, and next time somebody is telling you all about the world's famous Beatles, you know.
Paul, John Lennon, Jackie, and Bingo.
Just remember, you heard it here first. Thanks for listening. Goodbye! You Heard It Here First was written and presented by me, Chris McCausland. The producer was Sasha Bobak, and this was a BBC Studios production.
Next week, Chris is back at the same time with Lee Mack and Sakisa, taking on Andy Parsons and Sarah Keyworth in the next episode of You Heard It Here First. And you can hear Jess Foster-Q in her new show, Sturdy Girl Club, tomorrow evening at 11 o'clock. While emotions run high for Alice in the Archers after the news. And then in front row, the BAFTA-winning director Joe Perlman talks about his new Netflix documentary on Scottish pop superstar Lewis Capaldi, and Craig Brown on his Baillie Gifford Prize winner, 1, 2, 3, 4, The Beatles in Time.
On BBC iPlayer.
6 robbers have carried out an armed raid, stealing almost 3 tons of gold.
Inspired by Britain's biggest gold heist.
How do you shift 3 tons of gold?
Slowly.
£26 million worth of pure gold in the possession of people who didn't expect to have it.
If you could handle a job like this, then I'd have heard of you. You only hear about the people who get caught.
Stealing it was just the start.
We're looking for 6 robbers and 3 tons of gold. Every ring, every watch. If you're looking for the gold, it's all around you.
The Gold. Watch on BBC iPlayer.
BBC News at 7 o'clock. Within the last hour, Donald Trump has arrived at the courthouse in Manhattan, where he'll become the first sitting or former president to face criminal charges. Full details of the charges, which relate to a hush money payment to a porn star, have yet to be revealed. He's being processed and fingerprinted ahead of his court appearance. Rival demonstrators have gathered near the court, among them these people who don't agree with Mr. Trump.
Donald Trump is a joke, right? He's a very dangerous joke. He's been making fun of everybody. He loves the circus. But today's a very serious day in our country, where finally somebody with so much power, the ex-president, is going to be arrested and hopefully held accountable.
I'm here because Trump needs to be held accountable for one of the many crimes he's committed. And I'm here in support of democracy because I think he's a threat to it.
A 31-year-old man has been convicted of murdering his partner's 2-year-old daughter in a violent assault at their home in Pembrokeshire. Carl Bevan had only moved in with Lola James's mother, Sinead James, 4 months before the fatal attack. Her mother was found guilty of causing or allowing her daughter's death.
A rows erupted after a man who raped a 13-year-old girl in Midlothian was given community service. Sean Hogg attacked the girl several times in 2018 when he was 17. New guidelines were introduced for under-25s in Scotland last year, placing an emphasis on rehabilitation. But Rape Crisis Scotland said the sentence was inexplicable. 2 climate protesters who used ropes and other climbing equipment to scale the Dartford crossing on the M25 last year are facing jail after being found guilty of causing a public nuisance. Police closed the bridge for over 24 hours. Morgan Troland, who's 40, and 34-year-old Marcus Decker will be sentenced later this month. A factory's opened in Germany, aiming to make small helicopter-style electric taxis. Volocopter, the company behind the scheme, is hoping they'll be ready next year. BBC News.
In quarter of an hour, the BAFTA-winning director Joe Perlman talks about his new Netflix documentary on Scottish pop superstar Lewis Capaldi. And tartan, the textile of tradition and rebellion, is celebrated at the Victoria and Albert Museum in Dundee. That's all to look forward to in Front Row. To Ambridge in a moment, but first...
On Radio 4's Sliced Bread with me, Greg Furt, I investigate the latest consumer trends and wonder products promising to make us happier, healthier and greener.
But what happens when a much-hyped product launch fails and the whole thing burns up?
When the best thing since sliced bread becomes toast.
That's where I come in. I'm Sean Farrington, and in my new series Toast, I'll tell the stories of 5 doomed wonder products from the Sinclair C5 to Google Glass and explore why these ideas failed so spectacularly and what we've learned from them. Toast begins this Thursday lunchtime at 12:30 on Radio 4 and available only on BBC Sounds.
It's the Archers, and Lee has a surprise waiting for him.
Afternoon, Lee.
Hey, Susan. It's a lovely day again.
Oh, gorgeous. It's not often we get a sunny spell for the school holidays. Is this everything? Can't interest you in any of our Easter specials to take home for the boys? Simnel cake, hot cross buns?
No, thanks. Just the washing powder and the beans for now.
Have you heard from Helen? How did today go at the dairy?
Well, sounds like it was less busy than yesterday, but still quite a few visitors throughout the day.
I have to say, it's nice to have a break from being watched through a window. Yesterday was very demanding.
Helen said you were brilliant. Fixed the cheese machine like a pro.
Oh, thank goodness I could. Though it was our George who was the real star of the day. Giving impromptu talks about bridge fresh to important customers.
What's that film he made of Tom after everyone had gone? That looked great.
He's a very capable lad, that one. When he puts his mind to it. He sorted the QR code out so that people can watch it all week. Pat was even talking about commissioning him to make more. And he's only 17. Well, for a few more days. Then we'll have our first grown-up grandchild.
You don't look old enough, Susan.
Oh, I feel it. Right, that's £6 and 8p, please. Cash or card?
Card.
There you are.
Anything planned for this evening?
Well, I've got to pop up to Bridge Farm after I finish here. George left behind a bag of his stuff. You?
I'm heading up there too. Helen just sent me a mysterious text.
Oh, yes?
Apparently they've got a surprise waiting for me.
Oh, well, have a lovely evening, Lee. And I hope it's a nice surprise.
A treasure hunt. And no ordinary treasure hunt. The boys have put their heart and soul into it. Mum says they were sitting at the kitchen table writing out the clues most of the morning.
School holidays. That's so sweet of them.
Yeah, and then they went out on their bikes, hiding clues all over the farm. They've just gone to put the treasure in place. Something they ordered especially for you.
Wow, you've all really gone to town. What have I done to deserve this?
Well, the boys wanted to cheer you up because they know you miss your girls. And Jack decided hiding your little gift would be much more fun than just giving it to you.
So are you allowed to join in, or Georgie know the answers?
Well, Jack says I can help as long as I don't tell you what the treasure is.
All right, sleeves rolled up. Where do we find clue number 1?
Right, I have it here. It's in rhyme.
Even better.
Alice. Sorry I'm not available to speak right now, but just leave your message.
Oh.
Dad, are you all right?
I am, yeah. You didn't answer.
I'm at work.
I rang 3 times.
I know, but I was busy. Is everything okay?
I was ringing to find out how you are. Both Adam and Kate said you hadn't returned their calls.
Dad, I'm fine. I'm full on. Look, I need to get back to it.
You're too busy to pop into Blossom Mill Cottage on your way home?
Probably.
I know Chris has Martha tonight, Neil told me.
Just because I don't have Martha doesn't mean I'm free and easy. Have to catch up on admin, housework, get some meals in the freezer for the rest of the week.
All right, look, just come round for half an hour. Be good to see you, Alice. You left in such a hurry on Sunday.
I didn't.
What time can I expect you? I'll have some coffee ready.
I don't know, Dad. I'll see what time I get finished here.
I found it. Oh, makes perfect sense now. Don't retreat, you're not beat, don't be burned, leave no stone unturned. Under a stone in the veg field.
It's taken us nearly half an hour to do one clue.
Well, we got there in the end.
Even the boys got bored and had no qualms about cycling off and abandoning us to their weird and impenetrable rhymes. If all the clues are like this, we'll still be here in a week's time.
I won't have any defeatists on my team. Onwards.
Aye, aye, Captain. So, read out the next clue.
There was an old farmer called Tom who had his wellies on. He's not that young, but he's not that old, and this is not even the way. Does that even rhyme?
I'm not sure Tom would describe himself as an old farmer.
I don't even understand the clue.
Hidden in his wellies? In the barn?
I've literally no idea.
Hang on a minute. If I was to tell you that I know roughly where one of the final clues is hidden, how would you feel about skipping ahead?
You mean cheating?
I mean using all of our cunning to get to the treasure. Surely the boys would expect nothing less of us.
I don't know. All their hard work.
At this rate, I'm not joking. We'll be here until well after dark. No supper. Jack, tired and cranky. Me, tired and cranky.
Okay. You've worn me down. Cheating it is.